It was a wild weekend of college football, and the Tennessee Volunteers might have been the biggest winners from Saturday's slate. Today, we're going to tell you how. Hey, it's Lucas Panzica from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. So, Tennessee went into the weekend as the number 11 team in the country, but the first team out of the 12-team college football playoff bracket. So, heading into Saturday, we knew the Vols, A, needed to win out, and B, needed a couple of things to break their way to create room to move Tennessee back into that 12-team bracket. Well, Tennessee got all of that and then some on Saturday. First of all, taking care of business at home against UTEP, 56-0 on Senior Day. Tennessee got its win. Elsewhere around college football, there was a list of games that Vols fans had their eye on. Number 1, Indiana getting blown out at Ohio State, dominated in the second half, and the Hoosiers will be expected to drop from their number 5 spot. How far they drop remains to be seen, but Tennessee fans could certainly expect to be ranked above the Hoosiers come Tuesday night's rankings. Number 2, Ole Miss going to Florida and losing in the Swamp, picking up their third loss of the season, effectively eliminating the Rebels from the college football playoff. That's another SEC team the Vols do not have to worry about. Number 3, and maybe the shock of the weekend, Alabama going into Norman and losing 24-3 against Oklahoma. The Tide were smothered offensively. Jalen Milroe threw multiple interceptions, including a pick 6, and Oklahoma ran for over 250 yards on the Tide. That's Bama's third loss, and it'll knock them out of that 12-team bracket. And number 4, Texas A&M going into Auburn and losing a 4-overtime thriller to the Tigers. Now, A&M was ranked behind Tennessee going into the weekend, but still, it's another 2-loss SEC team that gets removed from that picture. Now, the A&M situation is a little bit unique because though the Aggies have 3 losses, they still have a path to the SEC championship game. Georgia has clinched a spot in Atlanta, and the winner between Texas and Texas A&M will play the Bulldogs in the SEC title game. So A&M's only avenue into the CFP would be to knock off Texas and beat Georgia in the SEC championship. The good news for Tennessee is that might not matter even if the Aggies accomplish that feat. Why? Because just a week ago, we thought there might be 5, even 6 SEC teams with 2 losses or less with a legitimate case to the college football playoff. In that scenario, Tennessee very realistically could have been the one being boxed out. But now, heading into the last week of the regular season, there are only 3 SEC teams with 2 losses or less, and Tennessee is one of them. So, as you look at the playoff picture as it stands, you look at Notre Dame likely being in if they can take care of USC in the regular season finale. The highest-ranked G5 champion will get in. Big 12 seems to be a one-bid league. The champion of that conference gets in, and the ACC champion will get in. That is 4 spots, leaving 8 spots available. The Big 10 seems likely to get 4 teams in, and the SEC now may struggle to get 4 teams in. But the good news for Tennessee is if they win against Vanderbilt, they will be in the 12-team college football playoff. Tennessee running back Dylan Sampson said it well on Monday. The playoff starts for the Vols this weekend against Vanderbilt. They got some help. They only needed a little bit, but they got a lot on Saturday. Now, all Tennessee has to do is win on West End, and the Vols will be in the first ever 12-team college football playoff.